How to Train Your Useless Dragon by Mika Crispy on AO3. Chapter 4 How to Talk to a Dragon. On the scheduled day, Bakugou Katsuki took his faithful tiny boat at dawn towards Turtle Island. The island was significantly bigger than the one he and Deku had been meeting, but it was still considerably very small, and the strong currents that surrounded it guaranteed no Vikings usually go there. It was not easy to brave the currents and the shitty boat Katsuki uses, but he managed it because he is a fucking great warrior and sailor, and nothing will stand in his way, not even some stupid waves. As he put his boots on the sand, he looks around for the familiar green mop head of Deku's, but finds no one around. Maybe he landed somewhere else. Bakugo walks around in the small island looking for the green-haired boy. However, the dragon is nowhere to be found. With nothing else to do, the Viking sits down underneath the palm tree and waits for the dragon. Did fucking Deku stand him up? Katsuki is fuming with anger and denial. No way the stupid dragon has the gall to blow off Bakugo. They had an understanding. If Deku dares not to show up, that is fucking it. Magic or not, Katsuki will gather a party of warriors and destroy the motherfucking lizards. Being toothless won't even matter anymore because Katsuki will wear Deku's fucking skull around. Then Katsuki sees it far away on the horizon. From this distance, it looks like a black bird, maybe a crow. However, when it gets closer, Katsuki could see how fucking gorgeous Deku was, flying free. His black hide sparkled green where the sun rays touched him. It looked like a bright amethyst. But as the shadows creeped in his body and the dragon scale got gradually darker until the bottom of the wing looked like it was made of black onyx. Even in the mesmerizing of the blue sky, can't wait the beauty of the flying dragon. He flies with grace that the Klitzo boy doesn't show in his movements while in human form, fluid and light. His wings look like it is completely healed since the dragon doesn't seem to be favoring the other one. However, all the magical finesse seems to vanish, as Deku clearly miscalculates his landing, approaching the beach too quickly and stumbles on the sands in a black flip. Sand goes flying everywhere. When the dust settles, Katsuki sees Deku, buried to his belly, in the ground with soft sand pouring down every surface of his body. The image of the big black dragon trying to get the sand out of his mouth, big tongue out trying to lick his paws just to find out that there is even more sand in them, is enough to make Katsuki's anger turn into unstoppable laughter. You idiot! You must be the worst dragon in existence. You don't have teeth and you can't even land, Katsuki says between bursts of laughter. The dragon just sits down in the sand looking annoyed at him, then turns into human form, keeping the same annoyed expression. I was just distracted. It's scary to land so close to human. So, you are still afraid of me? Good. You should be. Katsuki begins, retreating back to the palm tree shadow, and Izuku follows him. Are all dragons afraid of humans? They sit down and Deku takes a few moments to think before answering. I don't think so. All dragons know humans are dangerous, but some of us like the idea of running away from humans. However, what we think don't matter. The elders decide that we weren't allowed close to humans, so we all obey. So, you're breaking the rules by talking to me? Izuku nods in agreement, looking down at his feet, a little ashamed. Is that why you were late? Nah, I was late because my mom was killing me with nagging. She saw the injury in my wing and got worried. Oh. The idiot had a doting mother who was worried about him, and Katsuki almost killed him. That put things in perspective. It is hard to believe he was about to kill someone who had a mother waiting for them to return. My mother also gave me a hard time. One would think the village chief would have a better thing to do than fucking babysit me. You're the village son? So you're a princess? Deku asks, inquisitive's eyes. What? What the fuck are you saying, idiot? I am a warrior. I'm gonna be the first warrior and protect my village! Bakugo screams back, His face beat red in anger, not embarrassment. A warrior! Amazing, Katsuki! The boy's face lights up in childish wonder. Hell yeah, it's amazing. I'm the best fighter in the whole world, and my village has the best fighters of all. I'm the best with swords, axe, and my spear. My aim with the bow and arrow is always on point, and I would prefer getting close to slashing down my enemies. Katsuki says, smiling manically, while he pretends to slice enemies with an imaginary sword in front of them. Izuku watches, awe, with stars in his eyes, but then looks down sad. Wow, that's really amazing. I want to be a warrior too, but I can't. The boy says, with a small voice and tear-filled eyes. You can't? Why the fuck not? For Katsuki's, whose whole life had been surrounded by warriors, it's baffling that someone may not be one. Sure, people in his village had other traits, but they were all warriors at heart. Even his father, who had the gentlest and kindest of heart, would pick up a sword to defend their home. You know why? I'm useless, the dragon says, a big fat tear run down his chubby cheeks. Bakugo is lost on what to do. He doesn't do tears. No one cries around him. He hates it. Hates the sight of that stupid dragon crying. Sure, he may be a useless dragon, but that is no reason to cry. Is it? Wait, the stupid lizard is not actually completely useless. He's helping Katsuki understand how dragon magic works. Yeah, that is a good utility for some idiot beast. Oi, idiot, that's enough with the waterworks. You stupid crybaby. Bakugo says, but Deku just cries even harder. Fuck, you're not useless. You're teaching me about dragons and magic, ain't ya? But my teeth don't work, and my quirk don't work, and I can't. Mom is always worried. My friends don't even let me go out with them. Deku explains between hiccups and sobs. Now his nose is running, his face is red, and he is the most disgusting sight Katsuki had ever seen. Hey, now calm the fuck down, okay? Explain this shit to me properly. Your only utility is to help me and teach me shit. You can't do that in this crying fucking mess. Why don't your teeth work, and what is a quirk? Izuku wipes his face in his sleeves. Yeah, that was even more disgusting. Takes a few deep breaths and tries explaining. My teeth. They retract inside my gums. They should come out in hunting and fighting, but sometimes I can't get them out at all, so I'm not very reliable for hunting food for the flock. And quirks are like you have special powers? I told you my friends create fire and ice. It's like that. So, every dragon has a quirk? Do they work in their human form too? What is your quirk? Yes, everyone has their own quirk. It should work in any form, but we have to train hard to use it in our human form. My quirk is, well, don't have a word for it, but my body glows and I get faster and stronger. However, I can't control it. Sometimes it comes too strong and it hurts me sometimes. It doesn't come out at all when I call for it. Izuku explains, playing with the sand in his hands. The boy clearly has anxiety in talking about this. Tough luck. Bakugo wants to know more. That sounds like a good quirk, but it's pretty useless if you can't control it, Katsuki says, thinking to himself. He wants to see the dragon's magic working, but if Deku can't control it, maybe it's too dangerous to ask for him to show it. But when will Bakugo have another chance like this? This is once-in-a-lifetime kind of shit. I know one way to fix this shit, Deku. Izuku looks at him with huge, shiny eyes. You do? Sure, I can help you train to control your powers, Bakugo says with resolve. But don't even know how. Deku looks skeptical at him. Are you fucking looking down on me, idiot lizard? Haven't I just explained to you how I know everything there is to know about hunting and fighting? Or did your tiny little brain forgot about that? I can certainly train a useless dragon like you to use his powers, or my name isn't Bakugou Katsuki. The young Viking finishes his declaration with a fist punching upwards and a look of determination on his face. Izuku looks mesmerized at the blonde, then tackles him in a hug. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Kazubi! You are the most amazing human of all! The dragon says with the deadly strong grip around Bakugo's waist. Too strong for someone so skinny and small. What? Let go! Katsuki tries to pry himself off the dragon's hug. Get off of me, idiot! And at least learn my fucking name. That shit you just said doesn't sound even remotely like it. Izuku releases his hold, sits back down by Bakugo's side, and looks at the other boy with big, shiny green eyes. Kazuki. Kazui? Kazutuki? Kasuki. Kabuski. Ugh. The Viking face palms. You know what? Try this. Ka-chan. Ka-chan. Izuku enunciates perfectly. Fuck it, let's go with that. I just can't keep hearing you butcher my name over and over again, fucking Deku. Izuku. Ka-chan. My name is Izuku. Did I ask? Shit? Shut up, Deku. Okay, we're starting with your teeth, Bakugo says, looking at the black dragon in front of him. Deku transformed back into dragon so they could begin training. It seemed to make more sense to train the boy in dragon form since he said the most power and ability should come more easily in his natural shape. It seems to be too idiotic that a dragon doesn't have teeth, so we gotta fix that first. Open your mouth. Izuku is sitting down on his hind legs, so his face is practically the same height as Katsuki's head. The dragon opens his mouth widely, rolling his big tongue out. Bakugo gets very close, totally ignoring he is shoving his head inside the dragon's mouth. He starts probing at the lizard's gums. Izuku makes a gargling sound and squirms, moving away from Bakugo's mistreatments. Stop it, idiot, let me examine you. Katsuki steps a step forward and goes back to prodding his gums. He finds little slit curls where he supposes Deku's teeth should come out, so he begins pressing harder at it to see if something happens. Izuku makes more complaint noises and moves his head to get Bakugo to stop. Quit it, you big baby, I just want to see. At this point, Bakugo is holding the dragon's ear with one hand and poking his gum with the other. Deku whines louder. Does it hurt when I do that? Katsuki stabs the soft gum with his nail, to which Deku pulls his head away and bricks with a cry sound, but at the same time, his dragon's teeth finally come out. Ha! I did it, let me see. Bakugo grabs the dragon's head again to finally look at the teeth. Not too shabby, idiot. And it wasn't. Deku's teeth were perfect. Not so big, but not very pointy and ridiculously white. They looked brand new, probably because they were hidden away most of the time. But just as quickly as they came, the teeth went back inside. Okay, so you really have teeth. Now just need to learn how to bring them out when you want it. That should be easy. It was not easy. They spent their whole day with Katsuki screaming and Izuku making sad and confused noises. No matter what Bakugo told the useless dragon to try, Deku couldn't do it. When they tried hunting, since the dragon had said the teeth should come out naturally in a hunt, Izuku just ended up catching fishes in his mouth and almost swallowed them alive, to Katsuki's complete disgust. They spent the whole day trying different things to give Izuku control of his teeth, and not a single time Izuku managed to force his teeth out. It was very draining for both of them. Katsuki left the island furious, and Izuku left the island hopeless. And they scheduled to try again in 3 days, and Bakugo would be damned if he didn't come with a solution until then. Next day, Katsuki is unleashing his anger and frustration on his favorite target, the most idiotic Viking to walk the face of the earth, Kaminari Denki. Kaminari is the same age as Bakugo and Kirishima, and the three of them, plus Sero Hanta, have been training together since they were in diapers. For some reason, the three Stukers think that entitles them to the position of Katsuki's friend. Baku would prefer describing them as moving training dummies. Aizawa comes down from his hill no more than a couple times a week to oversee their training nowadays. They are supposedly old enough so that the old teacher doesn't have to give them classes and about basic combat, reading and history and the works. The rest of the days, the three young Vikings were supposed to train on their own in order to develop as a full Viking warrior as their tribe. They pair up with sparring with swords, axe, spears, and fists in order to keep all their abilities top notch. The four of them change partners and weapons daily to try and master everything they can. But as we see Kaminari panting and buffering, barely keeps up with Katsuki's restless onslaught. It is clear some Vikings are just more prone to the warrior life than others. Baku! Dodge. Hey! Ducks. Maybe. Rolls on the floor. Katsuki sees an opening and swings his axe between the blonde's open legs. Hey, not my family jewels! Kaminari screams, outraged. Get up and fight, dunce-face. I'm tired of you running away. Katsuki screams back. Well, and I'm tired of you beating me up. What the hell is wrong with you today? Kaminari says as he gets up from the floor of their training grounds and bats the dirt out of his clothes. They train in an area outside of the outskirts of their village, where the grass has already long died, so they fought on the beaten sand. There's also several training dummies and targets scattered around the field, and a little wooden slack where they keep their training weapons. What is wrong is that there's no way I will become the best warrior if the only people I have to train with are incompetent like you. Bakugo streams, before charging in again. Kaminari parts the attack with his two-handed sword, holding his ground against Katsuki's immense strength. I'm not afraid of you, Baku. No use in showing your teeth to me. Katsuki halts his attack at his opponent's statement. What did you say? That I'm not afraid of you, man? I've known you since you ate earthworms from that vegetable gardens on a dare. Denki says, dropping his sword too. Not that. The other part about the teeth. Katsuki says, conveniently ignoring how much the idiot knows about his life. Oh, you know you do that thing when you're angry? You do this nasty scowl and show your teeth like a rabid dog. It's so ugly, bro. You gotta tone it down if you ever want to get married. Shut up, no one asked, you dunce face. And then Katsuki attacks again just for good measure. However, his mind is not in this training anymore, since he finally found out why Deku can't use his teeth. Deku is never angry. He is the most soft-hearted dragon of all. The idiot probably can't muster rage enough for his teeth to show up when he needs them to. Finally, he had a breakthrough. Next time he saw Deku, he would make the dragon so angry, there was no way his teeth wouldn't show up. Bakugo was a fucking genius. That useless dragon should give him an award or something. He can't wait until he could go talk to the big crying lizard again. This is the last time I draw a thumbnail of descriptions from just memory of the fanfic, because I could have sworn Deku was a dark green dragon with green, like sparkles. No, he's a black dragon with green sparkles. I should have known that. That is how his hair is in the anime. Am I gonna fix it? Maybe. I don't know. That means I'm gonna have to recolor Deku. And that is not as easy as it is said, because I would have to recolor over it, make sure that I'm not coloring over the line art, and if I do, I'm just gonna have to redo the line art. I might have to redo Deku's, little design as a whole. But that's something I'm gonna have to worry about on another end. I love the princess comment. It is something that I absolutely enjoy. And something I didn't notice when I first went through and read this fanfic for the first time is even in the first couple chapters, there's hints of, Bakugo catching feelings for Deku. I mean, I'm sorry, you described him as gorgeous when he was flying? Graceful? Fluid? My dude, that's gay. That is gay. Super gay. Extremely gay. And that's coming from me. Yeah, that's gay. But as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my socials and Discord server are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content. And thank you so much for watching.